have a very simple philosophy. We call that food. First, because we believe there's no difference between herbs and vegetable. They're all the same. That is very important for everybody to understand. The food is so important because it nourishes our body. Because we also believe there's no difference between hunger and disease. If you have no food, how do you feel? You feel uncomfortable, and then you feel weak, and then if you continue no food, you may die. That is no different than you got a sick or got a disease. When you got a disease, how do you feel? You feel uncomfortable. You feel weak. And if you continue, don't do anything about it, you may die. So that is very unique because we don't see any difference between hunger and disease. What is a cure for hunger? You eat food. Very simple. Now, what is the cure if you got a heart problem? To us, it's very simple. Eat food to nourish our body. So our body will know how to do about it. Our body will automatically taking care of the problem because we try to nourish the body and let the body work its way up. That is a little bit different than what we, talking about. A lot of people talking about, oh, this is good for the body because it's nature. This is good for the body because it's herbs. To us, nature and herbs is just not enough. Because in my own philosophy, everything is from nature. All right? Everything is nature. Can you think about something that's not nature? Not really, because everything is nature. Even petroleum, people say, oh, it's no good for the body. And I agree. But petroleum is really nature too. You see? So what we want to talk about is, rather than talking about, a lot of time we, come in to tell everybody this is nature and this is herbs. Because herbs and drugs are very little difference. A lot of time people say this is herbs, that's what will cure everything. That is not true. That is not true. What we want to talk about is nourish the body rather than cure the problem for your body. You see, a lot of time people say, when we got a body, all right, usually we will have problem. Don't you think so? Yeah, we will have problem. When you got a problem, what is a cure? A lot of time people will take a cure to cure the problem for your body. And we call that substitution. Doesn't matter what kind of cure you use. Maybe it's herbs, maybe it's drugs or whatsoever. Because remember, even digitalis, you think it's a drug or it is herbs. It is the same, no difference. How about morphine? It is herbs. Not necessarily say you will cure everything, Yeah, after you take it, normal will cure everything, but yeah. Not necessary to be good for your body for a long run. Remember this. Substitution, a lot of time people say, oh, no problem, because my Cascara sagrada is herbs. My aloe vera is nature. But there's no difference than the drugs. Because you are taking something to do it for your body. Another example, if you got problem to digest food, and you got a digestion problem, all right, what usually we do a cure is take nature digestive enzyme. Most people argue with each other. You say, my enzyme is nature. Be very honestly, I got a hard time to say most enzyme, doesn't matter you buy it from the drugstore or you buy it from the herb shop or whatever, those digestive enzymes, most of them are nature, very nature. But still it's the same. You take a digestive enzyme to taking care of the problem for your body. We call that substitution. Remember this, we are not against substitution. We are not against substitution because we believe substitution philosophy is only for emergency use, but not for long-term base. Another example, a lot of time when you got an infection, many people will say, why not take this antibiotics. All they argue with each other is say nature antibiotics, because this is nature. To me, most antibiotics is nature. They're all nature. Anyway, penicillin, tetracycline, most of them are very nature. What we're doing, the reason antibiotics cause problem is because when we take a substitution in our body for a long period of time, it creates weakness. Just no different if I give you a laxative. Doesn't matter if it's drugs or herbs. If I give you a laxative every day for a long period of time, do you know what will happen to you? You will depend on it because it creates weakness if you use it for a long term. The same thing with digestive enzyme. If I give you digestive enzyme every day, you will create dependency. You will depend on it. What I'm trying to talk about it is say, let's not worry about drugs or herbs. Let's not worry about the nature or something is not that nature, because everybody's so excited about, they say, my vitamin is more nature than your vitamins. To me, they're all the same. To me, they are very much the same. Matter of fact, most company buy their vitamins from the same supplier. Okay? So what we want to do is this. Let's worry about this. See if we are talking about you use a substitution or you use a regeneration. What is regeneration? It's very simple. Let's not worry about the problem. Let's not worry about it. Because a lot of problem, a lot of cure, that become very complicated. It's not right to teach a people in 2 hours and make him become a doctor. To me, the most important part is why not let's take foods to nourish the body and let the body do the work. If we have too much digestive juice or digestive enzyme, and our body will know how to reduce it down. If you don't have enough digestive enzyme or digestive juice, your body will know how to produce more. As long as you can take the foods that will nourish the body, strengthen the body, so your body will automatically regulate it or adjust it. That is our philosophy. We call that regeneration. Regeneration is very simple, just like when we talk about it. Because you have to remember, you have to use food, all right? Because there's a big difference between foods and chemicals. Many people are talking about chemicals. They say, oh, I don't want to take chemicals. I don't want to eat chemicals. True, but everybody, almost, 80% of people, population, they take somewhat vitamins or minerals. They are chemicals also. There's 2 different kinds of nutrition. One is a food nutrition. The other one is a chemical nutrition. Remember, they are different. They are quite different. Most of you have heard about protein powder isolate, carbohydrate, fats, vitamins, and minerals. They are chemicals inside the food. Remember, everything made out from chemicals. Everything made out from chemicals. But you see, it's so different. The food has a unique structure. When God created this earth, when He created us, He take those chemicals, the protein, the carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals, and make it in a very unique structure so the spirit can live into our body. It's just like you make a house so we can live in. And that unique structure make foods, make us so unique, so different. But when you destroy the house, when you destroy the structure, everything go back to chemical. All right? Foods contain protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. But the minute you break down the foods, it lost that unique structure. Everything go back to chemicals. And remember, chemicals is only a supplement for food. It's not a major nutrition. Because if you just eat those protein isolate, carbohydrate, fats, or vitamins and minerals alone, you may die because your body is not capable to digest it. Even some of the protein, you can digest it. But it will take your body more energy to reorganize those protein or chemicals or whatsoever into our body tissue. Will spend more energy than the foods will supply us. That is why when the people started taking, a lot of products like protein, isolate, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals, and they start to lose weight. The reason because they're starvation themselves. They put out more energy to digest those proteins they put in the body. That is why people make a lot of misunderstanding. They think those protein isolate are foods. Not necessarily. They are chemicals. What we want to talk about is a food nutrition. All right? The Sunrider philosophy based on food nutrition. Remember we talked about this. There's no difference between vegetable and herbs. There's no difference between hunger and disease. And we believe also there's food to nourish certain part of the body. Just like this, it's very simple. We all know how good the carrot to our body, right? And then we all know how good the garlic to our body. Most people didn't realize garlic is also a good cold medicine because nobody will surround you, you never catch cold. We all know there is always food to nourish certain part of the body. All right? Besides that, if you take substitution for a long time, it creates weakness. Also, substitution is a one-way street. It will just go one-way direction. It's not a two-way direction, all right? Just like this. If you take Cascara Sagrada, 3 or 4 capsules right now, within a few hours, doesn't matter you like or not, it make you go to the bathroom, right? The same thing, even your blood pressure is normal, but if I give you high blood pressure pill right now, it will drive your blood pressure down. Doesn't matter you like or not. The same thing with hormones. If I give you hormones for men, for example, testosterone, as a substitution, even though testosterone is nature, but it is substitution. It's an isolated chemical put in the body. For a man, well, temper will make you excited, right? But it's just in a one-way street. Doesn't matter you like or not. It will make you do something you men don't want to do, all right? But for a long period of time, you use steroid, what will happen? It creates weakness. A lot of times we even reduce the sperm count for men. Sometimes we reduce down to 0. And I don't need to talk about on and on talk about all these side effects from those chemicals or from those quarter nature substance or substitution substance. But most important part is this: we have to understand substitution is only for temporary use. For long-term health benefit, we have to looking for something that will nourish the body, let our body do the work, strengthen our body so we can take care of our own body. That is the most important part in Sunrider philosophy. For many years in our country, a lot of time people think, well, you guys probably is not very scientific because you guys don't have computer for the last 5,000 years. True, we don't have computer. Even we don't know how to use a guinea pig, all right? But yet, we have a very good quality control system. Usually when doctor make a formula, he would take it himself first, all right, in the old time. If he die, we know something wrong. So we think that is the probably one of the most accurate or good quality control division. Anyway, the only way to have a good physical body, not just only exercise, but also you have to have a proper nutrition, proper food. So for years, for 5,000 years, people have been trying to use foods, get foods, eat different kinds of food to nourish the body. Hopefully, one of these days we can find the right combination that we can take into our body, may make us live forever. Obviously, I don't want to let you misunderstand that Sunrider products, if you take it, will make you live forever. No, don't misunderstand that. We haven't found a combination will make people live forever yet. We're still trying, all right? But anyway, after 5,000 years, try and try and try, I think we have a very accurate result. We have been recorded down the result and passing down throughout the generation after generation, year by year, for 5,000 years. You see, in our country, we like to eat. We like to eat. We eat and eat and eat every day, every minute, every second. We are thinking about something to eat. Just try to make us have a stronger body. That's it. Sunrider philosophy is the same. We get the food, that herbs which qualify as a food, because not every herbs are regenerative. Not every herbs are food-like. All right? There's no herbs, bad herbs or good herbs. But there's herbs like food will nourish your body. You can take it all the time. We call that food-grade herbs. Just like carrot, like ginseng, like licorice, we can take for a long time without worrying too much about damaging the body because they nourish the body. We call that food-grade